Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTv News, expanding your view.
Good evening and welcome to CoreTv Primetime News. I am Ebunlomo Adekunle. In our major stories, Boko Haram releases new video, claims responsibility for bombings while mocking Bring Back Our Girls campaign. Also in this package, Pakistani rights activist 17-year-old Malala Yousafzai meets parents of abducted Chibok girls, pushes for their safe return. Arewa community in Lagos promises to fight terrorist activities in the state. And outside Nigeria, Israel toughens military campaign against Hamas, launches ground assault. And now the details. Boko Haram has claimed responsibility for a June 25 bombing in the capital, Abuja, and an attack in Lagos, which it says authorities tried to cover up. In its latest video obtained by AFP, Abubakar Shekau also voices support for the extremist Sunni Islamic State militants who have taken over large swaths of territory in Iraq and Syria. It went ahead to mock the social media campaign Bring Back Our Girls, which emerged to call attention to the plight of the more than 200 schoolgirls kidnapped on April 14 by the group from the remote northeastern town of Chibok.
Bring back our girls. Oh, bring back our army. Bring back our army. Jonathan! Girl, Christian, bring back our army.
16-year-old Pakistani rights activist Malala Yousafzai has promised to use her visit to Nigeria to push for the safe return of 219 schoolgirls abducted by insurgents exactly 90 days ago. She made the pledge during a private meeting with parents of some of the girls who were kidnapped by Boko Haram insurgents from Chibok, Borno State in April. Malala, whose 17th birthday is on July 14, said her only wish this year is for the girls to return alive.
Those girls who are still in the abduction of Boko Haram. And I can feel the situation and the circumstances through which you are suffering now. And it's quite difficult for a parent to know that their daughter isn't with them and she is being abducted by a group. And we all don't know in which kind of conditions they would be. So it's a very sad moment. And we express our solidarity with you, and we are with you. We are standing up with you in your campaign of bring back our girls, bring back our daughters, because I consider those girls as my sisters. They are my sisters, and I'm going to speak up for them until they are released. And I am going to participate actively in Bring Back Our Girls campaign to make sure that they return safely and they continue their education. And thank you so much to you as well, that you are such brave parents, that you're speaking up for your daughters, you're not ignoring it. And for you, their life is precious. And for you, their life is like your own life. So thank you so much for your great work and for such courage that you have, for your really brave parents who have taken this step to speak up for their daughters and to speak up for their right of education. And I'm hopeful that the government would listen to your voice and they would listen to what you are saying. You just want your daughters back. You want your girls back. So I'd love to hear from you as well, so I can take your message and tell it to the President whom you consider your father, and as well as I'll say it in my speech tomorrow, so that the world can listen to your views and to what's your message, what do you want.
Meanwhile, the Bring Back Our Girls movement on Sunday publicly displayed 5 of the Chibok girls who escaped during the April 14 invasion of their school by Boko Haram insurgents. Some of the parents of the 219 girls still in captivity also showed up at the venue of the group's daily sit-out protest in Abuja. None of the girls was allowed to speak to the media, but coordinator of the group, Obi Ezekwesili, told the gathering that their presence was further proof of the abduction. She later explained to CoreTv News why she joined the advocacy.
They took him, in fact, they 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I am a reasonable enough person for any Nigerian seeing me standing concerning a particular issue to be able to surmise that it must be founded on truth. If I for 1 second thought that girls were not abducted, I would not in any way be associated.
In spite of assurances from the military, a community leader in Chibok insists that a large chunk of Borno State is in the hands of insurgents. Pogo Bichoro says Nigeria may end up losing some parts of the state to Boko Haram if the insurgents are not checked.
Boko Haram, that is this Sambisa forest area we are talking about, and western part of Damboa has totally been taken over by Boko Haram. So it is Boko Haram territory. Goza local government has been taken over. Central Borno taken over. Northern Borno taken over. So we are living in a state of siege in Borno state. It has to be noted that if this thing is not addressed and addressed early, we're going to lose part of our country to the Boko Haram. And in fact, so many local governments have already been lost.
Nigeria's military authorities say there is no truth in recent reports of the escape of over 60 women from an insurgents camp in Borno State. Defense spokesman Chris Olukolade told CoreTv News in Abuja that there was no abduction in the first place. He also emphasized troops' readiness to check the excesses of insurgents in the northeast region.
Well, again, I will have advised that we also direct this at those who made the allegation in the first place. Cast your mind back to the fact that there was no time that we endorsed that report because we have no proof, we have no indication from the troops on ground, we didn't have any evidence of that incident. And there were people who spread the information online. Maybe those are the ones to answer this question. They're the ones who declared the missing. They should also tell you when they are found. The issue of securing a state that is under terrorist threat has always been a very hectic job. But in this instance, I'm assuming you are referring to Balmo Forest, and it could not have been possible to make the discoveries that we are finding there if it were not for good security. I think rather the security agencies should be commended for even noticing that such designs were in the making, and for being able to take control of that place and clear it of every threat to the nation's security, rather than seeing it as an indication of lack of security. It's an opportunity for me to also reassure you and Nigerians that the security agencies are taking their responsibility very seriously, and every effort to combat terrorism with the best form of professionalism possible is in place. And it's a time to, advise those who would rather find fault with this exercise to try to understand what is going on than be hasty in criticisms and condemnation.
The All Progressives Congress has expressed support for an international inquiry into the activities of the terror group Boko Haram in order to unravel its modus operandi and sponsors. The party said the unraveling of sponsors should be done with a view to ending the debate over who is behind the insurgency and also to facilitate efforts to tackle it decisively. In a statement issued by its National Publicity Secretary, Lai Mohammed, the party said the inquiry should include internal intelligence experts from the United States, United Kingdom, France and Canada, as well as representatives of the United Nations and Nigeria's neighbors, Cameroon, Chad and Niger. The party also called for representatives of the Nigerian military and other security agencies, especially the police and the Department of State Security, governments of the state, was hit by the Boko Haram insurgency, the Christian Association of Nigeria, the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, civil society organizations, the Nigeria Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress, National Human Rights Commission, the Nigerian Bar Association, and any other relevant individual or group. The statement added that major political parties, including the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressives Congress, must be represented on the panel of inquiry, whose findings must be made public, and those found to have any links with the insurgents be made to face the full wrath of the law. The Arewa community in Lagos says that they will neither raid nor tolerate any terrorist activities in Lagos. In a statement issued in Lagos by the chairman, Council of Arewa Chiefs and leader of the Hausas in Lagos, Sani Kabir, the group assured that the Arewa community will neither hide nor aid terrorists in any way. It also condemned activities of the Boko Haram sect, saying that their activities do not represent the teachings of Islam. The group added that its leadership had instructed its members against sleeping or camping under the bridge or indiscriminate parking of vehicles along major highways. It, however, urged its members in Lagos to participate in the proposed government's registration of residents. 3 suspected kidnappers were killed by the police at the N1 village in Isoko South local government area of Delta State. The Delta State Police Public Relations Officer, Celestina Kalu, said the deceased were killed when men of the Dragon Squad of the police force stormed their den to rescue kidnapped victims. Kalu added that the victims, Cyril Jeba, Augustina Godwin from Ugeli, were kidnapped last Tuesday by unknown hoodlums. Kalu says the kidnappers engaged the police team in a gun duel, and in the process, 3 of the hoodlums identified as Samson Ugomari, Wisdom Ezomari, and Lucky, whose surname is unknown, were fatally wounded, while others escaped with bullet wounds. Police say the 2 victims were rescued unhurt. The recent presentation of 20 armored personnel carriers to the Osun State Police Command by the Rauf Aregbesola-led government in Osun State has sparked of reactions. While some say it is a strategy towards the August 9 election, others dismissed it, saying the state government is carrying out its constitutional responsibility. Rashid has details.
Following procurement of the armored personnel carriers, different statements have emanated from the public, especially from politicians. The Osun State government defended its position on the procurement of the armored personnel carriers.
It therefore shocked me when one of the people justly for power here reduced the option of this to election. More of that later, but nothing can be further from the truth. What you must see from that vituperation is a desperation for power without any modicum of honor and integrity.
A rights activist, Wahid Lawal, accused the federal government of negligence in its responsibility. He added that the feat of the state government is not uncommon and should not be overly celebrated.
It is a neglect on the part of the federal government, but the state should be proactive enough to protect the life and property of their citizens. Because the only assignment provided for in the Constitution to any government is to protect life and property and provide welfare for the people. So, giving armored personnel career to the police is not a new thing.
Lawal advised those saying the armored personnel carrier is to be used for the execution of sinister moves by the APC in the forthcoming governorship election, not to raise tension. Governor Aregbesola also reacted to the claims.
Remember that the state government has procured 130 vehicles, tag Swift Action Squad, SAS, and give it to the same police almost 2 years ago. And 5 APC was given out then. So we should be commending that government instead of castigating them that it is for politics.
The governorship candidate of the National Conscience Party, Lanre Afolayan, has warned security agencies against any breach of their statutory responsibility, which may be marred by supporting one party or the other, especially the APC and the PDP.
Whether the state government is bringing talks or the federal government is planning to use police or soldiers, these various security organizations, agencies, the SSS, the Nigerian police, the civil defense, must conduct themselves in such a manner as not to give people impression that they are working for or against any candidate. They will discharge their responsibility without fear and favor.
The August 9th election in Osun will yet be another test for security agencies and politicians. Observers are keen to see if INEC and the security agencies will consolidate on the widely acclaimed success of the just concluded Ekiti governorship election. Rashid, CoreTv News, Oshogbo.
It's the CoreTv Primetime News. We'll take a break and we'll be back with more reports. Do stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ghana. Please remain seated and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. You can now turn on your MTN mobile phone data to enjoy a browsing rate of 5 kobo per kilobyte with MTN One World. Thank you.
Absolutely. Browse like home with MTN One World. Surfing the web from any MTN operating country costs the same like home. Enjoy affordable rates when you call and send text messages. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN. Everywhere you go.
This one wash challenge, you test Ariel to see if it removes stains in one wash. Let the challenge begin. First, chocolate and juice. We will wash shirts with Ariel. Look, Ariel has cleaned in just one wash. So which detergent removes stains in one wash? Ariel, P&G Everyday Quality Brand.
CoreTv News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station. You can now watch CoreTv News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTv Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTv News, our 24-hour news station.
Thank you for being there. FCT Minister Bala Mohammed has approved the compulsory retirement of 18 officers found culpable of age falsification and certificate forgery. This is one of the high points of the outcome of the recent biometric exercise carried out by the FCT administration. The interim report of the Implementation Committee established and confirmed 18 cases of age falsification and certificate forgery. The minister also directed that further clarifications and assessments be made on 11 officers with pending remarks, as well as 59 officers who have yet to respond to queries. He also instructed that the salaries of 156 officers who were cleared be restored with effect from the date their salaries were stopped. The chairman, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Calabar chapter, Michael Udofia, has expressed concern over what he called prolonged scarcity of kerosene in Cross River. He said the situation resulted from non-supply of the products to Calabar depot through the pipeline. Udofia added that Akwa Ibom and Ebonyi State in the northeast, which received their petroleum products from the Calabar depot, are also experiencing scarcity of kerosene. The Ipman boss said the product is being supplied to the depot through the waterways and that the situation had caused untold hardships to residents of the area. He said the situation had pushed the price of kerosene up from the approved pump price of 50 naira per litre to 150 naira per litre. He urged the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation to quickly resume supply of the product to the depot to end the scarcity. Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has called on the federal government to ensure its transformation agenda transforms the Apapa-Oshodi Express and Apapa Port roads from the present devastating condition. He said the lives of the people needs to be given priority in the course of running petroleum business. Omotayalo was with the governor during the inspection of the road and brought back this report.
The road is not a pleasant sight to behold due to multiple potholes and breakage due to pressure resulting from heavy-duty vehicles plying the road on daily basis for business transactions. The Apapa-Oshodi Express Road, though full of daily business activities, has become a shadow of what it used to be years past. Following the governor's visit to the area last week, a follow-up inspection of the road was carried out to ascertain if the tankers have been cleared off the road, which has also been the source of traffic gridlock. The tankers were off the road, revealing the sorry sight and the dilapidation on the road. Governor Fashola says the situation of the road has revealed lack of management and neglect with a road that generates so much income for the country.
The roads are gone, all the federal government roads have collapsed. And the infrastructure, as you said, is not there. So, and what one just wonders why suddenly everything seems to be falling apart under this government. Because we moved well before in this country, and Apapa wasn't like this. We ran this port and the Tinkan Island port, and Apapa was not like this.
Due to the effect of the road, business operators in the area decry the extent of suffering their workers and businesses so far.
Every truck will have port operators, residents of Apapa are sitting on the keg of a gunpowder that can explode anytime. And to compound it all, the citations of the tank farm around Apapa is another the major cause of this problem. Imagine. Only Apapa is like we are putting all our eggs in one basket.
Residents and road users in the area pleaded with the Lagos State government to continue with a quota of assistance while they wait on the federal government to fix the road. Omotayo, CoreTv News, Lagos.
A media lecture organized to celebrate the 80th birthday of Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka focused on Wole Soyinka and the moral burden of literature. Ramson Ashemi was there and filed in this report.
According to participants, Wole Soyinka has made Nigerians proud in the international sphere and also fought for better Nigeria.
I would start with a sense of humanity. I think that, more so than anything else about his personality, overrides everything. And, there's nothing that the man has written that does not address how to better humankind. There's nothing.
Ogun State Commissioner for Health, Olaokun Soyinka, who is also a son of the celebrant, said his father has been an activist who fought for the good cause of all Nigerians.
In a way, it also makes people sit and reflect. You can't have a man spend 80 years, of which probably more than 60 have been spent. More than 60 have been spent dedicated to the Nigerian problem.
One of his daughters, Morimi Soyinka Onijala, said Soyinka is a man of integrity.
Professor Soyinka, my father, is a good man. Yes, he's an icon to the world, but to us, first and foremost, he's a father. To his siblings, he's a brother. Okay? And to the general public, I think most people see him, even before his literary works, they see him as somebody who fights for justice, who fights for the downtrodden.
The event ended with a cutting of cake by the family members and the guest speakers. Participants were also entertained by a solo performance of orchestra by Soyinka's granddaughter. Ramson Acheme, CoreTv News, Lagos.
As the Ramadan fast continues, the chief imam of the Nigerian Law School, Lagos, Muhammad Iskil Lawal, has called on Muslims involved in politics to play the game with the fear of Allah and the ethics of Islam. He made this known in a lecture titled Islam, Politics and Ethics in Nigeria at the annual Ramadan lecture of the Old School Association of the Ansaruddin College, Isolo. Bolua Davis's report is presented from our studio.
While speaking on the topic, the legal practitioner says the religion of Islam holds ethical leadership as a vital tool of development, positing that it's a religious injunction for Muslims to lead with the fear of Allah and the welfare of people as their watchword.
You see, the problem with Nigerian politics is that there is a perception which is ravaging this country, and that is politics is a dirty game. And you know, since Islam has ethics and moral standards that must be duly observed, and that Muslims are expected to serve Allah in anywhere they find themselves, even where the politics of Nigeria is not as clean as necessary. A Nigerian Muslim must ensure that the kind of politics he plays tallies with the ethics and morals of Islam, so that at least it will be an act of ibadah, that is an act of worship.
National President of the association, Umar Sanda, says the issue of insurgency in Nigeria is not something Islam, either in practice or ethics, encourages.
It's not a religion where you enforce your doctrine on other people, right? So really, majority of Muslims condemn the insurgency going on in the northeast part of Nigeria. We don't even believe they are Muslims.
Others who attended the lecture say Islam is a religion that encourages learning for everyone, including the girl child. They however called on Nigerians to come together to fight the threat of Boko Haram.
It's the CoreTv Primetime News. We'll take another break and we'll be back with sports reports. Don't go away.
This one wash challenge will test Ariel to see if it removes stains in one wash. Let the challenge begin. First, chocolate and juice. We will wash shirts with Ariel. Look, Ariel has cleaned in just one wash. So which detergent removes stains in one wash? Ariel, P&G Everyday Quality Brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ghana. Please remain seated and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. You can now turn on your MTN mobile phone data to enjoy a browsing rate of 5 kobo per kilobyte with MTN One World. Thank you.
Absolutely. Browse like home with MTN One World. Surfing the web from any MTN operating country costs the same like home. Enjoy affordable rates when you call and send text messages. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN, everywhere you go.
CoreTv News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
Nigerians continue to travel
the city of Lagos.
There is still a poor level of
Be the first to know. From the north, south, east, west and around Africa. We break the news.
We are one Nigeria.
Now you can catch all the actions live as the news breaks. We are CoreTv News.
Welcome to CoreTv.
Our 24-hour news station.
Thank you very much for being there. FIFA has not listed any of the players that featured for the continent's 5 representatives at the Brazil 2014 World Cup for individual honors. Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Cameroon and Algeria represented Africa at the Mundial. Only the Super Eagles and the Desert Foxes made it to the round of 16 before crashing out to France and Germany respectively. The Golden Ball Award nominees are Angel Di Maria, Mats Hummels, James Rodriguez, Toni Kroos, Philipp Lahm, Javier Mascherano, Lionel Messi, Thomas Muller, Arjen Robben, and Neymar. The Best Young Player Award nominees are Paul Pogba, Rafael Varane. Best Goalkeeper nominees are Tim Howard, Keylor Navas, and Manuel Neuer. And now to Israel. Israel toughened its campaign against Gaza, warning Palestinians in the north to flee after Marines mounted a ground attack, though diplomatic efforts to halt the bloodshed has intensified. As world powers prepare to meet over the spiraling bloodshed, the Palestinian death toll from a punishing Israeli air campaign hits 166, following the bloodiest day yet, in which 56 people were killed. Despite increasing calls for ceasefire, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said there was no end in sight, with the military warning residents of northern Gaza to flee. Militants in Gaza have pounded the south and center of the country with more than 630 rockets, with the fighting began on July 8 and the biggest confrontation in and around the enclave since 2012. Israel Naval Commandos raided the northern Gaza Strip on a mission to destroy longer-range rockets, which have sent thousands fleeing for cover in cities as far away as Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and Hadera in the north. Radio reports spoke of a fierce gun battle with Hamas militants in the Sudaniya district. The army said it had warned residents of the north to immediately leave their homes ahead of a major assault, which would focus on the town of Bet Lahia. A breakthrough in Vienna talks between world powers and Iran over Iran's nuclear program is unlikely because of big divergences. British Foreign Secretary William Hague made the statement as he arrived at the Austrian capital. He added that Western foreign ministers were in Vienna to see what the scope is for making progress before July 20, when a deadline expires for a deal to be reached.
There are very significant gaps. That is very clear in these negotiations. It is unlikely that there will be a quick breakthrough today, but we've come as ministers at the request of Cathy Ashton to see what the scope is for making progress before the 20th of July next week, when the 6-month period of the interim agreement expires.
Slovenians voted in snap elections with a political novice favored to win but unlikely to restore stability in the crisis-hit Eurozone country. The vote will be the second early election in 3 years in the country that was once a model member of the European Union, but has been on a downward spiral since the 2008 financial crisis. A 50-year-old Ljubljana University law professor, Miro Serra, is tipped to win despite his lack of political experience. Analysts have predicted that a new government will not last long, spelling further instability for the small nation of 2 million. Slovenia's leaders agreed to hold snap elections after Prime Minister Alenka Bratušek lost the support of a centre-left Positive Slovenia party and resigned in May. During a year in office, Slovenia avoided a much-dreaded bailout and recapitalized its largest state-owned banks. Whoever wins the bailout will likely need to form a coalition with the Pensioners' Party de Zeus, currently third in the polls with 11%. And that's it on CoreTv Primetime News. On behalf of the production crew, I am Ebulomo Adekunle saying have a pleasant night rest.